everyone. It's me, it's Rena. I'm the Slow Knitter. I'm coming to you from the beach house in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida, which is in the Florida Panhandle. I am known as the Slow Knitter. So welcome. Welcome to the Slow Knitter podcast, episode 17. Can't believe it, 17. Anyway, I thought I would start out by telling you this is a knitting podcast. It's about my knitting journey, and it's also about all the things I buy, which is known as stash enhancement, I think. A lot of people say stash enhancement. I just say binge buying. And I'll let you know how I'm doing and how slow or how fast I'm going. Mostly slow. Anyway, hi, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube as the Slow Knitter. I am Rena Lydia on Ravelry, and I have the Slow Knitter podcast group on Ravelry as well. So, we've been here for a little over 4 weeks. We're going home week after next, going back to Atlanta week after next, which is fine. I think I just miss my knitty friends. They're all in Atlanta. I mean, I've made some knitty friends here. I'm making another new knitty friend next week. I'm excited. Martha, do you sparkle? Anyway, I think I'll edit this out because I don't know her name is Martha, and she is a neighbor of mine here at the beach, and she's a knitter. And we're going to meet at the Destin Yarn Shop next Tuesday to get to know each other. And she's from Rome, New York originally. I'm from New York City originally. But we'll have New York in common. Anyway, I'm looking forward to meeting you, Martha. So that's next week. Anyway, I'm happy to report that the Slow Knitter has an FO and a hoe. And their socks. By the way, the name of this episode is Still Heel Challenged, or my journey to learn the best heel for me. I'm going to have a giveaway when I get back to Atlanta. I'll show you what I have to give away. But it involves Regia sock yarn, which I just love it. And it was my first attempt at socks using Regia, but I haven't done it since because I'm so in love with all my indie dyed yarns. But I was at the Destin Yarn Shop, and Carol, who's the owner, was knitting a pair of Regia Arnie and Carlos designed socks, and I thought, I want one. I mean, I think Bob would really like one, and it's sort of Christmassy, so I started it, and it's fun. And I have a couple of pairs of Regia, a couple of skeins of Regia at home. I think I have too many, so I'm going to give away a couple, but I'm going to ask you to do something, but I'll wait till the end of the episode to tell you about that. Anyway, so let me show you my FOs, my hoe, and as my friend Yolanda from Happy Knit says, my MOFO, which is mostly finished object. Don't you love that? I love that. When she said that, it just cracked me up. Anyway, let's get right to it. My FO is this. I'm so happy with this. This is the Times Square sock from the New York Sock Club by Mina Phillips. Here's the other one, and you'll notice that this green is this one's heel. This pink is this one's heel. Isn't it fun? I love them. If you saw my Instagram post, I had to block them on a outdoor seat cushion with light bulb stitch markers. They worked though. They really blacked out nicely. And oh my God, this is Lolo Did It's Dowager Countess colorway, and it's an MCN, and it is just gorgeous. You can see the patterning on the sock was a little bit challenging. But I finally got it down. I started one way and I ended up another. But it was fun. I like patterned socks because it sort of keeps me engaged. But since I've been doing a lot of vanilla sock knitting lately, I sort of like the vanilla sock. I sort of get why people like the vanilla sock. It's mindless. It's just like, it's sort of relaxing instead of having to look at the pattern all the time, which I do, because I'll memorize a pattern, but eventually I'll get there. I don't always get there right away. It really takes some time. I think I'm too close to the camera. Anyway, yay, info! It's another sock info. So I think I finished, maybe this is the 4th pair I finished from the New York sock collection. I think so, but I'm going to start. I have a yarn in mind. It's back in Atlanta for the next one, which is Yorkville, I think. I'm so behind. Anyway, I love them, love them. And I have a hoe. So, as I mentioned, my first sock I started was with Regia yarn. I never actually completed them. I still only have a hoe on that one. Now, I picked this up on the recommendation of Carol because this is the Arnie and Carlos Regia sock, where you it's called Perfect, and you'll knit 2 identical pair of socks. As you know, with that kind of yarn, it self patterns and it's fun to see what it. And I decided, you know what? I think Bob would really like it because he loves that kind of thing. So I'm making Bob an FO. Oh, I wanted to tell you, going back to these, I did the afterthought heel. And I'm getting better at the afterthought heel. This is my 3rd pair of socks using the afterthought heel. And I still just love it. I really do. I really am a lot more confident with afterthought heel. I also did knit 1, purl 1 ribbing. I find the knit 2, purl 2 a little easier. I get a little cooked up a little bit on this. But anyway, fix it. On this one, I'm going to show you one of Bob's socks. Isn't this fun? It's so fun. And every time a color change, you know where it's going to be. It's a vanilla sock. And you have to do these cuff down. Even though I'm a toe up knitter, you have to do these cuff down because that's how it patterns. So I thought, okay, well, I haven't done a cuff down sock in a really long time, so I'll do this one cuff down. And it was fine. You know what I did? I did the fish lips kiss heel. It challenged me a little. No, a lot. But instead of like trying it, like doing a swatch of it, like trying it to see where I go wrong. No, nothing. Go right into it. It was a little wonky, to tell you the truth. I had to do a little. On one side, I had to do a little mending, but the other side I didn't. I get why everyone loves it. I really, really do. I get it. I'm going to give it another try. This time I'm going to swatch it and practice it. But isn't this a fun sock? And you know what? When you're knitting it, you think, oh my God, it's so thick. He'll never wear it. He'll never wear it. But then when I block, and then when I put it in water, what do you call it? Yeah. It really became soft and a lot thinner, which is good, which will mean that Bob might wear these. Even if he wears this as slippers around the house, I love it. So now I have to do the second one. I don't think I'm going to get second sock syndrome on this. Only because it's fun. It's fun to watch it go, and it's vanilla. So, it's one of Bob's. That's my hoe. Okay, so this is all about the heel. So, fish lips kiss. Not sure yet. I hope I will really love it because I don't love afterthought. Love it. I'm good at it, getting better and better at it. Okay, I have another one. This is my MOFO. This is an ode to Yolanda. This is my MOFO. This is the sock blank sock that I've been knitting from Gail's Arts. The sock blank, wonderful designer Gail Evans from the Atlanta area. And I love it. And I decided because it was vanilla and because it was toe up that I would try the Fleegle heel, which Yolanda from Happy Knits has a great tutorial for 2 at a time Fleegle heel. And for those of you who are new to my podcast, I do 2 at a time, tandem. I don't do them on the same needle. I just do them 10 rows on one, 10 rows on another. Anyway, this is the Fleegle heel. So I'm almost finished. I have probably another inch to go before I start the cuff. I did like the Fleegle heel. My problem with it, for me, just for me to size it, right, is that I usually start the afterthought heel after Susan B. Anderson's instructions. I've measured my foot, blah, blah. I start the afterthought heel when I start toe up at 7.5 inches, and then fits my foot perfectly. The heel is right on the heel. It's perfect. I did the same thing on this. I need to start earlier. I need to start probably 6.5 inches, because with Fleegle heel, as those of you who have done it and know, you start increasing wide to decrease, and then you have a heel, which is really pretty simple. I mean, it's hard to screw up a Fleegle heel, except your measurements. My measurement was totally off. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to try it again, but I'm going to try going 6.5 and then doing the Fleegle heel, because it's about an inch off. It doesn't fit my foot. Like, the heel is up near my ankle. But that's okay. I have a friend who has a longer foot than I do. I think this will be perfect for her. So I'm going to give this one. But I love knitting from the side flank. I really do. I do. Isn't it pretty? I know I've shown it to you before, but it's so pretty. I love how it's coming out. So Fleegle. Have to go shorter. Fish lips kiss. Have to practice. Afterthought. Getting better. The Great Heel Experiment. I am on the next one of this. I'm going to try short rows. I think Arne and Carlos has a little bit of a tutorial on how to do the heel. I've watched it like 3 or 4 times, and I sort of like it. I think I can do it. So I'm going to try that on the other sock. But I did like Fleegle. There's like nothing to sew in. The ends are neat. I mean, I'll show it to you after I block them. I'll show it again, but that was my trip at the beach, was the Great Heel Experiment. It's so hot. It's like intolerably hot. There's a reason why we don't come down in August. It's like you can't bear it. I mean, it's unbearable. Anyway, moving right along. That's why I'm back in the second bedroom filming my podcast. I was going to go outside and do it. Just in setting up, I was like schwitzing. It's too hot. It's too hot. Anyway, so I've got hair on my thing. I've got other whips that I want to share with you that I think I posted on Instagram. My favorite whip right now. Let me take a step back. Right now, I'm really in a lot of discomfort with my wrist. In fact, night before last. This is Friday, August 24th. Wait, I'm putting on my iPhone. I think I did this one before. Yes, no, it's August 25th. So hopefully I'll have this podcast up tomorrow, Saturday. Anyway, Wednesday night, in the middle of the night, I woke up, I was in such discomfort because I just over knit. Ow. It still hurts a little, not as bad, because I took yesterday off. I'll probably take today off from knitting just to give it a little bit more time to get the crinkles out. You know, I was watching Knit Style podcast with Sharon, and she mentioned something, and I thought, I wonder if that's happening with me. She talked about she's going on a trip or something and she's going to bring some sock knitting. And she said the only problem is her hands really hurt after sock knitting. They get cramped. I thought, that's me. And I've been doing a lot of sock knitting. I wonder if that's what it is. Anyway, if you notice that and you have some feedback, please put a comment below. I don't know. I just... although, anyway, I'm still knitting Mom Grocery Girl's shawl. I just picked that up for Mindless Knitting, but the knit that I'm most in love with right now, and I posted a little bit about this, is the Vila shawl, and I showed you a little of it at the very beginning. Oh, by the way, I noticed that I showed it to you backwards. I got. I'm not going to show it to you backwards today. Look how beautiful this is. I mean, it is... you know what I figured out? I did like color changing. I like color changing. It just makes it more interesting. Anyway, so this color change is the white is the Madelinetosh Antler Twist Light is the base, and the gray is Malabrigo Finito Plomo. I think I said Palomo. It's Plomo. And this gorgeous, gorgeous lavenderish blue color is from Sheila Pinkston of Bigfoot Fibers. And you can see that I've added it, even though it's not in the pattern, I've added the stripe in. I'm about 10 double stripes away from, double garter ridges away from adding it as the lace section. And in reading some of the Ravelry posts about it, some people have decided just to add it in as one stripe somewhere in the beginning or the end amongst the colors 1 and 2. And I thought, what a great idea. And anyway, I sort of want to knit with it now. So I did that, and I love it. I mean, just look at that. It just breaks it up. And then I'm going to start the lace right around here. And in this. And this is her Water Lilies colorway. I love it. And so I'm using probably 3 different bases here. But that's okay, because they all sort of work out. I love the chevroning. I love how this Plomo is knitting up. It knits up in a dark gray. It's very tonal. It knits up in a dark gray and a light gray. It's really, I don't want to single out any favorites among my children, but right now, this has my heart. This is my fave. But I have to put it down. I can't knit right now. I have to give myself I haven't given myself a day off knitting. Anyway, then while I was at Destin Yarn Shop, by the way, they have a great knit day and great ladies there. And in fact, one of the ladies recommended a chiropractor, and I don't have a chiropractor down the beach, and I finally found one. He's great. I went yesterday, and he even told me to go home after the session and lie down for an hour and just let everything just sort of settle. I've never heard of a chiropractor tell me that. Have you? I know. I did. But I didn't sleep well. Yesterday was not a good day. I was uber cranky. Poor Bob. Poor Bob. He kept saying, what's wrong? I said, I don't know what's wrong. I don't want to talk about it. Imagine living with somebody like me. Well, sometimes it's not pleasant. Well, it's not exactly pleasant living with him all the time. I love him so much. Anyway, I'm back to normal today. Semi-normal. Anyway, so I have, though, being here has not, as you know, would stop me from buying things. So, okay. I think I posted this. I bought 2 skeins from Carol. One, which is a hedgehog. Did I show it to you? I think I did. Pinky square. Pinky square. Is this not... I've always wanted sort of a highlight color from Hedgehog. I was hoping for highlighter, but she didn't have any. But she had this. Now, I'm not going to do the Andrea Mowry fade thing that everybody's anticipating. I'm putting together some really wonderful kits and colors. My friend Teresa's going to do it, and she's just gorgeous colors. I don't know. I'll figure out what to do with this, but I love it. I love how vibrant it is. I just love it. So, Carol, let me wind it on a shop. I also picked up, because this is a huge skein of Rohrpats and Woolmeis. It's German, obviously. It doesn't it remind you of a Scottish quilt? Kilt. Outlander's coming on in 2 weeks, yeah. Kilt. So I thought, my niece Courtney, who I love to pieces, I want to do some holiday knitting, and I want to make her a shawl, and she's a auburnish redhead, and I thought, won't this look so good with her coloring? And she's very pale-ish and redhead. This would look so beautiful. So I was looking for a pattern, and I came across, and many of you probably have knit this, which is the oh, I'm caught. Wait a minute. Here you go. The Raina shawl. Ooh. Just a minute, something's sitting on the roll. Okay. Here's the beginning of my Raina shawl for Courtney. And Courtney, don't watch this, okay? It's a very simple knit. It's a lovely knit, and this wool is just knitting up beautifully. And it's pretty memorizable and really lovely to knit. So Raina shawl, look for FO eventually for me. Raina. I like it. It's got a little bit of lace. It's all garter, an occasional pearl. There's the coloring is perfect there. So that's so fun. It's so fun to knit that. So I've got way too many shawls on the needles, but I like variety. Okay, what can I say? I like variety. Let's see. So, all right. So that's the Rohrpats Woolmeis. Look at those blues. That's the Pinky Swear. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And I was watching Stacy from Very Pink Knits do a mega scarf from Zen Gardens, a gradient. The blues just spoke to me, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to make this maybe for a Christmas gift. Fingers crossed. But look at these. This is the light blue, medium blue, and dark blue. And the colorway is Storm. It's fingering. And it's 100% superwash merino. And it's about 600 yards. So it's about 200 yards. I don't know what that is in meters, sorry. Of each. Can you see, like in the winter with jeans and a white shirt and some sort of something? Probably a scarf. I don't know. She has a scarf. Hold on, I'll be right back. I have to do something. Okay, I'm back. Can you just see, like, if you're all tucked up with your white shirt and your jeans and your boots and you're wearing this gorgeous scarf made out of these three colors. You know, it wasn't outrageously expensive. And if you go to Zen Gardens website, they have like all sorts of gradient sets like this. So it's a new dyer for me. I've never worked with it, but it is uber soft. I love it. There's a sort of feather and fan design in what Stacy has designed. It's called a Plumo scarf. I want to try working on that. It shouldn't cause a problem, but I'm gonna try it. So I really like it. I don't want to keep hogging Carol's winder, so I'll wait till I get home. And it landed with that. Then, See, I'm so blind. What is wrong with me? Then, Sharon from Knit Styles showed something on her podcast that sort of made me gasp. I'm uncrinkling. I'm unboxing right in front of you. And I thought, I have that Next Helen Stewart shawl in Shawl Society 2. It's called a Groon shawl. And I have a great gray. I was looking for sort of a light pink. I do have a pink from another pink I bought recently. Anyway, and I'm going to compare the two to see which one I like better. But I got this from Knit Styles. Oh, come on. It's gorgeous. It's just, and it's got the shades of like a little bit of this darker pink and then some like a gray speckle. So what I want to do with the shawl is it's a gray body of the shawl and then this like pink bottom of it, like a ruffle. Don't you think this would be gorgeous? So I was like, oh my God, I want it. So of course I ordered it. Then I ordered another one. I've had my eye forever on Kim from Barnyard Yarns. Forever. I keep liking everything she posts. I mean, I really think she's a very special dyer. So I ordered one and I thought, what would go really well with this? Even though I have plenty at home that would go really well with this for that Rune shawl. But no, I'm gonna see. So I had it sent here to the beach. I asked him to send it here to the beach. I haven't gotten it yet. And next week is going to be our last week. And so we're going to go home right after Labor Day. I don't think I'm going to come back in August ever again. I'm so restricted. I can't really do anything outside. It's just too hot. Ugh. Anyway. Knit Styles. She makes gorgeous yarns. She makes gorgeous, gorgeous colorways. But anyway. And this is on her trendy sock base, and it's superwash merino and nylon 4-ply, and the name of it is Pink Sand Beach. How appropriate is it of me being at the beach? Pink Sand Beach. Thank you, Sharon. So beautiful. I'm not buying anymore yet. I am going to the yarn shop again. And I want to do I signed up for Hohi's fall knit along, which I think goes from September 1 to the end of the year, hopefully. And I picked two of her patterns. One is that sweater I told you about that I'm eventually going to get to. I am now committed to it. I started a project page for it. I told Hohi what I was doing. And then also that new cowl that she has, the bobble cowl, which I really like. And I haven't really done a provisional cast on my challenge because they're short rows. You can't really do it in the round. But I'm going to try it. If it's a wrap and turn short row, I'm a little intimidated by wrap and turn, so I need to do some tutorials. Although I know that Stephen West says he does shortcut short rows, which is he doesn't wrap. He just turns and goes back, and then comes back and does SSK or knit two together or something. I don't know. I'm gonna try. This time I'm gonna experiment. I have lots, and a good tonal is really great, and I have lots of really beautiful tonals at home in Atlanta. So that's my stuff. So let's see. Oh, I wanted to tell you something else. Okay. Now, Ann Budd's knitting retreats. Has anyone been to one? Tell me which one you've been to. Put it in that bar below. Tomorrow is where you sign up for the spring 2018 knitting retreat. It's in Savannah, Georgia, which is like 4.5 hours away from me. I have to go. Hohi's going to be there. She's teaching a class on the her boxy, and of course we'll teach a couple. There's some other people there. I'm going to sign up for it, and I think I've been able to. Maybe Carol will come with me, my friend Carol. I was talking to my cousin who said, oh, I'll go. I said, but I'll be in class all day. She goes, I don't care. And we've done that before. She's traveled with me while I was working, and she like goes off and does her own thing, and then we meet up in the evening. So Karen might come. Carol might come. It's a lot of money, but I was thinking before, when I had my business and I always spent money on classes to enhance my skills when I was owner of an ad agency, whether it was running the business or new techniques in marketing and advertising. I always did this. Now that this is my job, not really a job, but it doesn't pay anything. In fact, my expenses are very high. Anyway, so I'm going to go. I'm going to sign up tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to do the package where you are a day hop, a day by day, rather than stay at the hotel where they are at, because my cousin Karen is a travel agent and she'll probably hook me up with a good deal if she comes even better. So we'll probably do that. But yeah, I'm definitely signing up. Maybe taking a class with taking a class with Aunt Bud, and it's 4.5 hours from my house. Why not? It's just that it's pricey. But then, even an additional thing I'm doing is I'm going to the Georgia Fiber Festival 2 weeks from tomorrow. Yeah, and there's a podcaster meetup, so I'm going to see Karen from SSK Yarns, Karen and Sharon. I'm going to see Cody from Nurse Cody or Cody Knits. He's Nurse Cody on Instagram. Margaret from Sheepishly Sharing, Jade from So Perfect Pearls. I'm going to see all these really great people. I'm so excited. So we're just going on Saturday just for a day trip. So there's probably 3 of us going, Carol, Teresa, and myself. I asked Michelle to go, but she's in the midst of real estate goings on, closings and stuff like that. So, because I think she's buying a house. No, I know. She's buying a house in the North Georgia mountains. So I think the closing is like a week later. So she may not. There may be too much going on. But I know that Carol and Teresa and I are going. So that'll be fun. And we're just going for the day. Saturday, which is probably market day. Also, Franklin Habit is going to be there. So I might bring my Franklin Habit coloring book to have him sign it for me. So a lot of exciting things happening in the arena knitting world, the slow knitter knitting world. Also, there's a new podcasters group called the Podcast Watercolor Group. Not watercolor. There's a development down the road called Water Cooler Group. And Emily from Henderson Mill Knits started it with a couple other people. And I said to Emily, I'm retired. I have all the time. If you guys want me to help and pitch in, I'll be a moderator. She said, okay, fine. So I'm a moderator. I haven't really done anything yet. But I've gotten already a lot of great tips. A lot of podcasters have joined that group and shared ideas on podcasting. So it's a great, great group. So if you're a podcaster, join the Water Cooler Podcast group. And one of our podcast members, Janine, from the Yarn and You podcast, which, by the way, is a really great podcast. Also, I'm learning about all these podcasts, which is so fabulous. Yarn and You podcast. She just recently, I'm reading my notes, developed a new design called the Yeksa, Yeksa shawl. And I'll insert a photo. Again, keep your fingers crossed that I can actually do that. It's beautiful. It's perfect for fall holiday knitting. So she sent me one, and she says she's happy to give one of my viewers one for free. So to win a free pattern, put your Ravelry name below, or on my Slow Knitter podcast group, and I'll put all these notes on my Slow Knitter podcast groups. By the way, that's where you find all my notes from these podcasts on the Slow Knitter podcast group in Ravelry. And then I'll select a winner using random number generator, so you can get a free pattern, and then she'll send it to you. She'll gift it to you on Ravelry. So, and then I'll let Janine know. Isn't that great? So this podcaster water cooler group is really great. We give each other great ideas. I'm learning a lot since I'm sometimes recording, editing, challenge, and already have learned a bunch. So thank you to all my fellow podcasters. Thank you. Good job. Yay. Anyway, so when I get home to Atlanta in about 10 days, I'm going to record shortly after I get home. And I'm going to show you the Reggio yarn that I have that I want you to give me some heel advice and tell me what your favorite heel is. And that would be great, because then I'll take it. So I'm heel experimenting. So this is the great heel experiment. I've tried 4, because I did try Mina Phillips, knitting expat, her German short row heel. Again, if I'm going to swatch to get better at Fish Lips Kiss, I might just swatch to get better at German short row as well. So I have a little bit. I know I'm getting better and better at the Afterthought. I'm getting so much better that I usually put 3 stockinette rows in between when I put in the placeholder yarn for Afterthought heel. I only did 1 stockinette, and it was fine. So I'm getting a little braver. Still can't do without it. No, can't do it. No, can't. No. Anyway, I do. All right, so that's where I'm at right now. I'd like to, if you're a new viewer, thank you for checking me out, and I hope you subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed it. And for my returning viewers, thank you so much. This podcast would not be possible without you. Love you lots. Hopefully my hand will be, the tendonitis won't be as much better today. And so I'm, again, as I said, I'll take a day off. Little bit of chatter at the end, and this is where the chatter part is. It's, again, we've really enjoyed our almost 5 weeks down here. Monday will be 5 weeks down here, but you know what? I'm looking forward to going home. You know why? I miss my girls. I miss my knitting buddies. I miss my, I like 3 or 4 times a week have lunch out with somebody, either a former colleague I used to work with, or my former business partner, or our knitting friend, or we'll get together and we'll say, let's just do an hour of knitting. I don't really have that here yet. I tried with the knitting gals at Destin Yarn Shop. They're really sweet girls, but my knitting girls are my knitting girls. You know what it is. You know how it is. So, we'll see. But I'm anxious to get home. I think it's because I've been a little restricted and I can't go out very much because it's too hot for me. And for those of you who know, I have MS, and heat and MS, no, don't. It wears me out. I mean, it's already hot. It wears everybody out, but it's like double whammy on me. So, I try to restrict my outings. I've been cooking a lot. I've lost my cooking mojo. I have to get it back. In fact, I made something the other night. I had to throw it all away. I did make good chicken wings, though. I did. They were really good. Even Bob was like, "They're so good." I'm a little bored, particularly when I can't knit. I mean, if you're home stuck into this, it's not a hardship. It's a beautiful house, so it's not a hardship, but it's a little bit restrictive. And in Atlanta, I could just go wherever I want. Soon. Which just tells me that I probably couldn't live down here full time, which I mentioned before. Part time, definitely can spend 3 or 4 weeks at a time here. 5, maybe a little too much. And never in August. July and August are just too hot, too buggy. It's just not good for any of us. So Bob plays tennis in it. So Bob plays tennis at 8:30 in the morning, right? It's the temperature's probably in the high 80, but the heat index is low to mid 90s. He's playing tennis in he's no spring chicken playing tennis in mid 90s. it just wipes him out for the rest of the day. So he leaves about 8 o'clock in the morning, gets home about 10:30, and then the day is done for him because he's just recovering from the heat. And I don't blame him. I mean, it's just too hot. I think I rode my scooter a couple times, but I haven't been able to ride my scooter very much. It's just too hot. I was riding in the neighborhood. I could feel the heat as I was standing. I was scootering along. I could feel the heat in my pants. I was like, okay, you need to go home now. You need to go into the air conditioning. The dogs are enjoying it. They still go to the dog park every day, but not for very long because it's too hot for them even. But they like the ride to the park. They like the 15 minutes at the park, and they love their ride back, and then they're done for the day. They're wiped out too. We've been having some landscaping issues though. It's like we can't get anyone to do anything for us here. It's really frustrating me. It really got me down the other day too. And yeah, so it's kind of a bummer. But yeah. It's not awful having a beach house, but it when you're restricted, it's sort of like, what's the point? I mean, I'm reading books. I am reading some really great books, which is great. I just finished the book that was based on the movie Woman in Gold. Remember that movie? Helen Mirren was in that movie. And the name of the book, I'm going to find it. It was on my Kindle. Kindle. The name of the book is, and it's based on a true story. And I hit the wrong thing. Kindle. Why is Hoagie on the Kindle? Oh, it's called Stolen Beauty by Lori Lico Albanese. Stolen Beauty. I'll put it in the down bar. I'll put it in my show notes rather. Stolen Beauty is based on the movie Woman in Gold by Helen Mirren. It is like you can't put it down. It's a great, great book. I'm now reading by an author that I really, really loved years ago. Where is it? Philip Caputo. Caputo. Philip Caputo. And the name of the book is The Voyage. And I'm really getting into it now. So that's a good one. So I highly recommend that as well. Then I just listen to my audiobooks as well. There's been a big flurry about an audiobook that, I don't know. It's sort of young adult, but a lot of people have really been raving about it. A Court of Thorns and Roses. A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's young adult, but it's sort of fantasy. I don't know yet. Too early. I know dyers are like dyeing colors because I love that book. Too early for me yet to know if it's that kind of book. I also read. Did you all read A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles? I listened to it. A friend of mine read the book. I listened to the book on audiobooks, and listening to it was fantastic. So, another thing. I'll put them all in my show notes. That's what I'm reading. We did go to a movie one day. Dunkirk. I'm not a war movie person, but Bob loves war movies. Okay? And I'm just putting in I'm looking because why isn't it telling me who's in the movie? Dunkirk movie. Anyway, it was good. I mean, if you like World War II movies, it was really good and well acted. And my favorite actor in it, and it's an actor that I've really learned to love recently. His name is Mark Rylance. He was in a PBS series about Henry VIII and Thomas Cromwell. he's a brilliant British stage actor. He is getting more into movies. He's probably done a lot more British movies that I haven't seen. But when I saw him in Dunkirk, I was like, oh, it's Mark Rylance. Oh, it was a really good movie, by the way. So I encourage you, if you haven't seen it, to see it. I don't like prolonged battle scenes. There are a few prolonged battle scenes. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that anywhere. Game of Thrones, anything. Even though I love Game of Thrones, I'm not a big fan of the battle scenes. But it's really great. So I really highly recommend it. Okay, I've chatted too long. Okay, hope you've enjoyed this podcast. Please subscribe if you are not already a subscriber. I appreciate all of you. And have a great day. Oh, I can't even do it right. Love you all. And I'll see you in a couple weeks. I'll be back to my podcasting schedule. And I'll be back in Atlanta. Love you. Have a great day. And knit on, knitters. See ya. Bye.